So, while I get everything set up and hopefully working, while I wait for people to show up, if you're watching this on playback later on, welcome to a live stream. I do this every single Sunday, most Sundays. Sometimes I miss them. This is the Returners Hideout, and we do a lot of nerdy talk on Sundays when we do live streams. Nerdy things of all sorts. Not just the channel is pretty Final Fantasy centric, but what's up, everybody? I'm still working out kinks, as I always do. You would think I was better at this, but I'm not. But this is a safe place to talk about all things that are super nerdy, not just Final Fantasy things. Whether you're watching this live or you're watching a playback later on, type in chat real quick what your favorite game is, whether it's Final Fantasy or not. Whatever. What's up, Joseph? Whether it's a Final Fantasy game or not. Here at the Returners Hideout, we do what I like to call deep dives, conspiracy theories, all sorts of weird Final Fantasy things. Yeah, just your favorite game. The Stardew Valley, yeah. Just your favorite game. It doesn't have to be a Final Fantasy game. It could be a board game. I quite like board games. Final Fantasy IV on SNES is my all-time favorite game. It's a very good game. In the future, I'm also going to do walkthroughs and how-tos. So, if you're not subbed yet, we're very close to 1,000. Like, scarily close to 1,000. So, do that. My name is Lenard Phillips. Welcome to Returners Hideout live stream. So, wow, already we got lots of people in here. Cool. So, a few days ago, we hit the 1 year anniversary of the Returners Hideout, which is mind-boggling to me. Let's see what we got. We got Final Fantasy IV on SNES. Tales of Berseria. I never know how to pronounce it. But I believe, Kylan, are you the one that said something about it last time? I have it written down. Or maybe I'm wrong. I don't remember what I have and what I don't. Oh, gosh. Stardew Valley. Final Fantasy IV. Xenoblade 3. Final Fantasy 6. Stardew's really good. D&D. Mindless Meat, are you in D&D player? I seem to recall somebody was last stream, somebody said that they were going to a D&D thing after stream. Cool, man. But also before too much, really quickly, just for me and myself, type in chat where you guys are from, because I take notes on all that thing. Yes, that would be me. I thought so. But I take notes on people that... Rye, what's up, man? Yeah, almost 1,000. Dude, we're so close. I could never find enough non-annoying people to play a real D&D game, man. Wow. Okay, cool. All over the place. Sweet. Wait, we live in the same... Do we live in the same town? Do I know you personally? Do I know? Am I really bad at knowing who's in my stream at any given time? I'm gonna jot down some notes here really quickly. Kyland, what? We live in the same... Oh, cool. Okay, yeah. I got you. Cool, glad you're here. Let me finish taking these notes real quick. I never know who's in my streams and not, because I say things like leave a thing in chat and I'll know who. I'm really bad at certain things. We got some people from Oregon, from Michigan, from Iowa on last stream. Chimera, what's happening? On last stream, I was just about to say, there's somebody from Germany, so that's super cool. I love people from all over the place. I should not take notes with pen and paper like a I was gonna say a 40-year-old man, but kind of almost there. So there's that. From Washington State. Washington State. Mindless Meat. What do you know about Aberdeen? I'm very curious. Just from my own personal thing. It snowed last night here. I've heard that that entire side of the country just got demolished with snowstorms. I can't help it. It's okay, dude. You gotta keep practicing and you'll be great. Personality is great. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Daniel Bryan. Yeah, you're correct. Elizabeth and I are massive WWE fans. And Daniel Bryan's fantastic. Or Bryan Danielson, whatever his name is. 4 Inches of Ice. Joseph, be careful out there. If you have to go anywhere. I'm gonna have to take this watch off already. Why do you ask? It's on the way to Ocean Shores. I'm just curious. Once upon a time, I was thinking about moving out that way, but maybe not. This Wednesday is 50 degrees. Joseph, it sounds like weather where I'm at, where what was it? 3 or 4 days it was freezing temperatures at night, and then it jumped up to like 71 degrees or something, and then now it's 54. That's the common place to go if you want to head to the ocean. It's real nice. Man, I don't know that I've ever seen the ocean in real life. And that's just me being honest. I have to scroll back up now. Already. Joseph, I already have notes that you're from Iowa, but I'm going to write it down anyway. This is awesome. I love this. Rise from mid-Michigan. I just would like to get to know my my audience a little better. Let's see. Did you get the Skies of Arcadia ISO? I have not. I've been very busy. I had a lot of things happen this past week. It's been nuts. I don't even know. Aberdeen's out of the way, not too far from major towns. From photos I've seen of Aberdeen, it looks a lot like the town I live in here. It's very sort of I don't know, the opposite of urban. It's very sort of, it has sort of like almost like a country town feel, but not. I just like it because it rains a lot. I adore the rain. I'm a big fan of the rain. Elizabeth can attest to that. And she likes the rain, but Elizabeth is a big storm fanatic. If it's storming, then she's all about it. The more severe the storm is, the better. We have a lot of little towns like that around here. So do we, where I'm at. Let's see. Wow, cool. You should be on your way to Oklahoma. Oh, Oklahoma's getting destroyed at the moment. Urban is overrated. The town I live in is small. Small, but also a college town. Not a terrible mix of people. I almost asked if there was one predominant group of people over others, but even if it's just a small college town, it should be fairly mixed decently well. Oklahoma is getting demolished by storms at the moment. And Elizabeth is all about them storms. Like the other night, it was storming here real bad, and thunder woke us both up, and she's like, "I love this." I was like, "I just want to go to sleep." Sometimes we're polar opposites. I keep moving this camera. Well, cool. I don't, as I said, we, a few years ago where I live, 4 days of sun, rain from May to August. That sounds like my kind of weather, if I'm being honest. Cool. I have other notes, and I don't know where they went. Sweet. Chimera, you said... Chimera's, Alaska, right? I think I have that in my notes. Anchorage, Alaska, if I'm right. Specifically. Yeah, I thought it was Alaska. Well, cool. I'm glad that I've always wanted to go to Alaska too. But at the same time, I don't want to go to Alaska because it's very cold and I like the cold, but I don't know how long I can sustain that for. This is fantastic. Just talking where people have lived before. Super cool. This year has been the most snow we've had in 20 years. Again, I think that whole side of the world is getting just demolished with snowstorms and stuff. What was it, Elizabeth? We saw something. Was it yesterday or the day before? You showed me something from Lake Tahoe that was just ridiculous. I don't remember specifically. I don't mind cold much, but absolutely can't stand heat. I can't stand heat either. And I lived in Arizona for a little while. And you can make cookies in your car. You fry an egg on the sidewalk. There's no way I can handle Alaska. I can handle it. I would like to visit it, Alaska, but I don't know. That's a lot. That's a lot happening. You might be surprised. My parents went to Alaska and bought all winter clothes. It was so nice and warm. They had to buy a whole... Really? What... I guess I don't know too much about Alaska and different... Of course, I work in a kitchen. I sometimes work in a kitchen, and it's unbearable sometimes. Elizabeth, you do love the heat. You love the heat a lot. Yeah, they said it was in the 70s in September. My gosh. You wouldn't think Alaska and 70 degrees would be in the same sentence. But it is. Only saving grace of Alaska is summer when we get almost 20 hours of sunlight. I don't know. I couldn't do the 20 hours. I couldn't do the 20 hours of sunlight. Well, hello, Sacred Jade. Sacred Jade, you've just shown up on screen. If you would leave a thing in chat, Sacred Jade, that tells me where you reside, for no other reason than I'm just very curious. Elizabeth, yes, you do want to move to Death Valley. You have mentioned it many times. We've gotten up to 85 in the summer. Good gosh, I would never equate those two. Dallas, Texas, awesome. I would never equate Alaska with anything over like igloo building temperatures, you know? Yeah, all the darkness you'd need a real vitamin D supplement. Yeah, I imagine so. Has it gotten fuzzy? I'm not sure why. On my end, I have it up here. On my end, it still looks all right. Is it bad for anybody else? Because I gotta tell you, my stream isn't the highest of tech. It might just be me. It could be. I'm not real sure. I've been watching all the channel videos and curious why I haven't created a Discord. I've really thought about it. Not long ago, I put something in the community tab where I made a poll stating what social media things I should do. But Discord was one of them, and that was the winner for a little while. But I believe subreddit was the one that was chosen. But I guess I'll ask you guys here too while we're live. What if I were to make a Returners Hideout social media? What would you use more so than anything else? Discord is something that has come up before in my planning. I've had a sound blip a couple of times, otherwise consistently decent, which is wild because I just do it from a phone. Reddit, Instagram, Discord, and Twitter. The Twitter's come up twice so far. I've really thought about it, but at the same time, I don't know. I feel like I would mess it up somehow. I'm really good at messing stuff up. Looks good on my end. I only have Twitter. I used to have Discord, but I clogged it with Pokemon Go crap and deleted it. It's really easy to do. I'm gonna write Discord is a big option. Discord, Reddit, Facebook. Really only pay attention to YouTube. I'd be happy to help with Discord. Cool. Pokemon Go. I have a Pokemon Go story. There's just several years ago. And that's a name I've not heard in a long time. Me too. I have a Discord for D&D, that's about it. I don't know. I'll really have to think about it as far as a social media thing. But the Pokemon Go story. So when I lived with my sibling in this house, oddly enough, it's maybe 5 or 6 years ago now, maybe longer than that. We decided to go out at like 2 in the morning and go play Pokemon Go. It really helped me through a dark time a couple of years ago, but I've moved on now. I haven't played it in a very long time. But we did, about 2 in the morning, we went out and played Pokemon Go. And a cop car pulled up right beside us. And we were like, oh no, so maybe someone has called the cops or something. You never know. And the cop rolls down the passenger window and he's like, you guys doing all right? We were like, yeah, we're just playing. Or we didn't even say what we were doing. We just said yes. And he goes, well, what level are you? Without even asking what game we were playing. So he kind of knew that Pokemon Go was like a thing. And he took us home after that, which was super cool. FF5 Job Fiesta. I really want to try it, but not up to FF5 yet. FF5 is awesome, and I have not done the 4 Job Fiesta thing. Although I've read some things about it. A lot of those like challenge things, I don't know. Discord is a really big option. Playing them in order. Mindless Meat, which one are you on currently? If you're playing them in order. I think I asked you this last week too, or the week before. Which one are you currently on? Pokemon Go is super fun if you have the time to do it. Final Fantasy IV. Where are you at in Final Fantasy IV? Mindless Meat. I'm writing things. Hang on. And if not the Final Fantasy series, what are some other games that and I've already asked this, but what are some other games like? Do you guys like fighting games in any capacity? Because I love them. I'm really bad at them, but I do love them. Got the Earth Crystal and headed to give it. Ah, okay, yeah, I know where you're at. Discord, subreddit. And someone said Facebook or Mortal Kombat. Do you have a specific favorite Mortal Kombat? Subreddit. Someone said Facebook earlier. I was really thinking about a Facebook. Instagram. I just got rid of an Instagram account where I was experimenting with Returners Hideout stuff. So that's super cool. Well, it's not that I deleted it, but I'm doing the same thing. FF1 for PSP is really good. I love the PSP versions of Final Fantasy 1 and 2. The complete collection of 4 is really good for PSP. 4 on 6. From Peru? Alright. I'm gonna write that down. You live in Peru? Bloodstained is fantastic. I love Bloodstained. Like the original trilogy MKs before it went 3D. Yeah, MK4, I rented it a lot at the time when you could rent video games. And I was really thrown off by the 3D field where you can like jump, you know, and go to all of the dimensions. Love the FF6 videos. Hey, thanks. I really tried to present something new. Wanted to play them all again since I played them so long ago. They're all very good. All them Final Fantasy games. I think they all present something, and I'm not too keen on the newer ones just because I'm very inexperienced. MK2 is probably my favorite MK game. I love Mortal Kombat 2. It's Mortal Kombat Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 is my favorite, but Mortal Kombat 2 is very close. The Final Fantasy 6 videos have been a big highlight for me since it's my favorite. Yeah, I've talked about Final Fantasy 6 so much on the channel. I just love it. It did something to me as a kid where I don't know, I fell in love. The only FF games I've never completed before I started this was 2, 3, 12, and 13. I've got a funny story about 13, but I'm not going to tell it quite yet. I agree, I love 6, and it never gets the love it deserves. People really... I've noticed that the majority of people that sort of talk about Final Fantasy in any capacity is... They go straight to 7, and they talk about how amazing 7 is. And 7's amazing, but 6 to me is the better title. Final Fantasy 12 is the only mainline one that I've not beaten. Yeah, I made it through... I got, in Final Fantasy 12, I got to about the 24-hour mark, and I just abandoned it. I used to rent it every weekend from Friday to Sunday. Lived in the country and would play it nonstop all weekend for a year. I don't know. Replaying 13.2? PC version's rough. I've heard a few PC versions of Final Fantasy games are kind of funky. Final Fantasy 12 is one of my top FFs, along with Tactics. I agree. Tactics is very good. I had a friend who was obsessed with 7, and so I could not take him talking about it all the time, so I ended up hating it a lot. Oh, yeah. That's the thing, too. I have a similar story with, like, some movies that were sort of big several years ago. People would talk about Napoleon Dynamite. People would talk about endlessly. And so it made me not want to watch it. And I think I finally watched it years later. And then I loved it. So, I don't know. It kind of is a bit too much to hear everybody singing the praises of something that, you know, you aren't able to make up your own mind about because you haven't seen it, but you don't want to see it because of the talk that it gets. And so I get that idea. I did the same thing. I'm just talking about remaking Tactics Advance. I'm not sure. I haven't heard anything, but I've also been stupid busy, so. The fans ruined Napoleon Dynamite. That's all anybody talked about for a long time, was how funny it was. And I ended up not watching it for several years. Final Fantasy 12 aged incredibly well. I remember my first playthrough as a teen seeing it as average, but revisiting it years later, I guess I'll have to go through it again, which I will have to go through it again eventually, but the hype definitely can make stuff a letdown, for sure. We used to joke that my friend made his girlfriend dress up as Clown or Sephiroth. The Big Lebowski got that treatment too. I love The Big Lebowski. I haven't seen it in an extremely long time, but the dude abides. That's the rumor mill. They have Tactics Remastered in the works, something like that. I also heard, I've seen a few YouTube videos that are saying Tactics is being remade, and I believe it, but also at the same time, I'll wait until an official word comes out. I don't want to just believe anybody that has a, you know, I need some concrete evidence. I don't want to just, I think this is going to happen. I had a friend tell me to watch Napoleon Dynamite. I did, and never laughed. Just didn't get it. It's one of them. It's one of those really divisive things where it'll either hit you in the right way, or it'll just miss you completely, and that's all right. It's totally fine. Let's see. I wouldn't mind a Tactics remaster. I wouldn't either, especially if they include the sequel. All of them. Put them as one big pixel remaster, but for Tactics. What would they even call it? That's funny though, because I like Lebowski, but it honestly got so pumped up by my brother I was let down. Yeah. Again, I haven't seen it in a long time, but I guess it's been, I don't even want to say how long it's been. The Evil East collection, yes, perfect. It's been a very long time since I've seen Lebowski, but I love that movie. Would be the types of changes or not want to see. I think the changes that they did whenever they brought it to PSP, doesn't 12 take place in Evil East 2? Yes, 12 does. Final Fantasy 12 and Vagrant Story all take place in Evil East. I'm trying to replay Tactics Ogre, but it's painful. I have never tried. I think that going back to your question, the changes that they made for it whenever they brought it to PSP, I felt was good enough. Just a little quality of life changes and some script work. That's enough for me. They could just bring the PSP version as a remaster, and I would love it. I would love it just the same. A little tiny. Never mind. Yeah, I don't know. Those are kind of the only things I can really think about. I've been trying to think of a really good segue for this, but I'm really bad at segues. But I did want to say something. Hold on. No, it's a great movie. I agree. It was just the exact same situation we were just talking about, where my brother and his friends pumped it up so much. I was like, it's good. Why are you guys so pumped? Yeah, a lot of things are like that. So I'm super bad at segues, but I did want to, I haven't talked about it a lot. I've kind of mentioned it occasionally in different videos and stuff. And I'll get a link here in a second. But the Returners Hideout, we've got some shirts and stuff. And I've got a coffee mug, but it's in the other room. So I wanted to bring that, hang on. Wanted to bring that to everybody's attention, that I'm very blessed enough to have merch. So Unusual Depths, take my money. All right, let me grab I'm afraid to grab a link right now because I have everything set up just so. Cool. But yeah, there's I'll get a link in just a second. But there's shirts, there's coffee mugs, there's all sorts of stuff. They all came out super clean looking. I have a coffee mug and a shirt. There's hoodies. I'm a very big guy. I'll just get a mug. There's many sizes. I'm gonna have to get a link, which is fine. I just don't remember. Let me see what I can do real quick. I hope that nothing happens to the. I don't know if I have it here or not. Is it in my description? Well, then great. Less work on my part. Oh, it is in my description. Fantastic. Yeah, it's the 1, 2, 3. It's the third link down in the description. Fantastic. Mindless Meat. Thanks for that. So yeah, go check that out if you feel like it. And if not, no worries at all. Just you being here is good enough. But with the 1 year anniversary of the channel passed, and again we're so close to the channel is like I said earlier, it's scarily close to being monetized, and I'm almost nervous about it, and I don't know why. But I kind of want to take everything a little bit more seriously. It's been, off and on. Sometimes I won't release for like a month. And then I'll try to fix it by releasing things daily, and then I get super burnt out. But I'm trying to come up with a good schedule for things, and then continuing these. live streams, they're about to change. These live streams are about to change a little bit. I would tell my wife, get me something for the next gift. That'd be awesome. And if so, whenever I do create a social media account, whatever that may be, send me some photos. 1 year anniversary, congrats. Kane Highwind 82. Just found your recent channel recently and love the content. Man, I appreciate that so much. Kane Highwind, I love that. It seems like this channel is right up your alley. I put Kane Highway because I can't write and talk at the same time. Change how. Right? Kane Highwind 82. Joseph, it's not going to change too much. It's just going to change in the way of, I'm still going to be sort of one-on-one talking with you guys, but some things, I'm going to open this here drink. Every now and then I'm going to play something, because I need an excuse to replay the Resident Evil 2 remake, and the only time I really have time is when I'm on stream. Just different things like that. Nothing too crazy. Or playing through some of the like Final Fantasy randomizers, and that won't be every week. But I also dig the screen name. You must be an 82 baby like me. I'm an 85 baby. But Kane Highwind 82, let's see. Been with the series almost since the beginning. Oh, then yeah, this channel is definitely tailored right to your tastes. Kane Highwind. Where are you from, Kane Highwind, without saying too much? I'll just assume I'm the oldest here. Sacred Jade. Make a note. Oldest, question mark? Game streams make great content for just chilling. Yeah, it's just, you know. Okay, I got you. Just something to change it up a little bit. I don't want to change, because I love this, and I don't want to change it up too much. But I feel like sometimes if my brain has to buffer sometimes, and I don't allow it that, so sometimes I just ramble on for hours and hours, and I get very confused and very sort of, I don't know what I'm doing. Thanks to some brain problems, but yeah, and different, like, to be able to change graphics, that way if I do have to go to the bathroom or get another drink or something, I can put up a thing and it would work. Because it's just legitimately, all I have in front of me right now is my iPhone, and which is the same iPhone that I film all the videos on the channel with. Watching on my phone while playing Final Fantasy 9. That's fantastic. Just bring your phone to the bathroom. Unusual depths, I'm not going to do such a thing where I bring the phone to the bathroom. I believe that's illegal. And so, well, I don't know. I don't know if YouTube would have something to say about that or not. But just from me, I don't want to do that. Although it would be funny, I think. The things that I think are very funny are things that are frowned upon generally. That's just my brand of humor. You're playing, Joseph, you're playing Final Fantasy 9 at the moment. Where are you at in Final Fantasy 9? If you don't mind me asking. Oh, I don't remember. And Joseph, also, you're playing Final Fantasy 9. You're, Joseph, you were the call it a Naked Gun moment. I love those movies. Are you playing it now? Is your wife watching you play? I remember last time you said something about your wife would watch you play and she was a graphics snob. Lucid Plains? Yeah, I remember. It's been a long time since I played through 9. I remember you saying your wife is a graphics snob. I believe, unless I'm wrong and my notes are very incorrect, which is a possibility. Oh yeah, I've got these things. She's in the kitchen. Elizabeth is not legally my wife yet, but I call her that anyway. So if I ever say my wife, it's not a legal thing yet, but who cares? Doing housework, and yes, your notes are absolutely correct. I remember someone mentioning that. Yeah. Graphic snob, which that's funny to me. I don't know why it's funny to me, but it is. So really quickly, under the guy, I forget who said this. And I should have written it down, but I did not. Someone asked if I could get into the Final Fantasy trading card game. And so I picked up a starter set. Dude, I do paperwork all the time. I've got notebooks full of notes, man. I'm still trying to get my wife to play anything other than Pokemon and Power Wash Simulator. She's okay. She's much younger, and also I spoiled it by playing Xenoblade first. Oh yeah, a little bit. But you know what? A great first entry. Trading cards. Are you talking about the Final Fantasy trading card game? Look, I have Tifa. First thing. I don't know. I meant marriage isn't about. Oh, I thought you were talking about notes. Yeah. No, Elizabeth. I was about to say Elizabeth played the crap out of some Power Wash Simulator. Marriage is not about paperwork. I fully agree. It's just for me, and I'm gonna get real mushy for a second, but I would love for my wife to get into games in general. Just like ease her into it, man. Just very slowly. Be like, this is something I love and I want to share it with you. But like, all right, really quickly, and House Flipper. You do play a lot of House Flipper too, or you did play a lot of House Flipper. When I found out Square was one of Power Wash Sim's publishers, my mind was blown. I saw an ad where Square like revealed via the Power Wash thing that they were a publisher or one of the publishers, and I too was mind blown. My wife has no interest in games. What are you gonna do? She does watch me a bit though. Well, that's something. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just not her thing. I mean, that's fair. At the same time, you know, if you're a, you know, if you build houses, are you like, let me teach you about architecture? I try to play a little bit, not be resentful when she's on her phone more than me playing. She likes some stuff, but at least she ain't hating. Yeah, I mean, you got to get your wins where you can. But my wife is very, I have to say, she's ultra supportive of like anything. And I would say this even if she wasn't in stream, but like whenever I started Returners Hideout, she was like, do it. She's like, you've had this idea in your mind for a long time. Do it or don't. You know, it's really easy. And then I started talking about getting into the card game, and I kind of got into a card game on my own. I just ordered them. But yeah, it seems like every day I have something new, and she's like, okay. She's like, we're doing this. It's fine. My interests are everywhere. Bro, that's a good wife. People who support your dreams are important. And to piggyback off of that, not only did the Returners Hideout end up being something that I love doing, but now it's, like I said, it's about to be a source of income, even if it's just like $1 a month. I never thought it would ever get to this point where I'm doing live streams and people are like, "Oh, what's up?" I'm in some crazy state. So I'm very thankful. I've been through a divorce. I've been through terrible breakups. But this is good for me. Let's see. That's awesome. I just got an advertisement for the card. You just got that's weird. An advertisement for the card game, and here I am like, check these. These are neat. I promise I'm not paid for anything. Happy to hear that, man. It's cool, man. It's cool. It's a totally different beast when you got somebody behind you that's like, yeah, do the thing. Versus, can you not do the thing? And I would say it even if she, like I said, I would say it again. I would totally say everything I just said if she wasn't in stream. Anniversary advertisement. Can we see some of these cards? Yeah, for sure. I don't know a lot. I'm very inexperienced, but here's Hades. So I guess I should explain this really quickly. Glad you did. Channel's great. Thanks, man. 4 on 6. I appreciate that. It's a 2-player starter set, the one that I picked up, and it came broken, which is really nice. But it's I picked up the Avalanche versus Shinra starter deck, and on the front you can't see it because I already took them out. But you have Rufus from Shinra, and then you've got Cloud, so you can kind of see the good versus evil decks that exist. And each deck has a certain element attached to it, like ice and lightning, I think. In the Shinra thing, I'm gonna go through here and get. You have little summoning cards, which are super cool. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's just sort of like a randomized different characters from different games, like just the Bard job, which is nice. And then like Yazoo, all on Shinra side. And I already showed you the Tifa card, but this is one of my favorite ones. But Marlene, she's a card. Wedge, Vincent. I was really, so it isn't only from Final Fantasy VII. No, it's from. It's really hard to see, but it tells you like what game they're from. I can't remember what I'm supposed to be doing. I don't know. You got to tell me because I have no clue. I'm really bad at remembering things too. Sound like the City of Card Games. I don't know how to play it yet. I just bought them just to. They feel neat, and that was a big thing for me. Like how do the cards feel? I like it because they're textured a little bit. Play the entire Persona 5. Dude, I don't know anything about, and I said this last stream, I don't know anything about the Persona series. I would love to know more about the Persona series, but time is a virtue, and time is something I don't have. I wish I did. Joseph, they're very nice. I was kind of surprised at how sort of nice they are. There's a black mage. It's super neat. My daughter wanted to try out her new item, Camping Cot, so I was away for a minute or two setting it up. That's fine. They kind of feel like regular playing cards. To a degree, they do. I've started Persona 5 on Switch. It's a huge time sink. So you dove into the... I did! What's up, man? How's it going? Where you're at? I tried to play the vanilla version of Persona 5. Couldn't get into it. But I'm still open to trying it. I would love to. Like I said, I think it's last stream, but I'll say it again anyway. The box art for the first 2 or 3 Persona games looked dark and slightly edgy, and at the time I was really into that. And I guess I kind of am still. But I kind of got into the card game. I just bought them fairly recently, so I don't know what's what. But I like the cards a lot. They look really neat. If I knew more about what you do with them, then maybe I could be like, oh, this has a thing, colloquialisms. It's super cool. And it's fairly inexpensive to get into. This, I'm trying to remember. This starter deck I got was like $25. And it comes with 2 50-card decks. They're fun. They're even fun to just hold in hand. Yeah, they're great. Persona 4 Golden is what got me into the series. Okay. I don't know, make a note. Persona 4 Golden. I'm a paper notes guy all the way. It was good, but I think I might play once a year. There's several series I wish I could get into, or I wish I had the time to get into. Because I couldn't max all the... See, this is terms that I'm not familiar with. I wish I knew more about the things. But I've got... whenever I finally grab some time... Because I'm working on... Okay, so I'm working on the next batch of Returners Hideout videos, and so I'm playing through a lot of the. I don't want to say which one, but a couple of different Final Fantasy games at the moment. So I don't really have time for much anything else until I get this next batch of videos out. Harkening back to social media, you might try streaming playthroughs on Twitch. I've thought about that too, and I keep ending up saying that I should just kind of remain sort of YouTube centric, but because I love YouTube and like I'm a huge fan, and I've tried Twitch before, but I didn't hate it by any means. Each confidant has its own has a kind of mini story of their own. Is it kind of like Octopath Traveler in that regard? I definitely follow on Twitch. I'll have to consider it. I don't know yet. Okay, all right, real quick. There's 9 of you in here. Real quick poll. If I were to stream playthroughs on Twitch, would you go over there? Let me just ask it that way. So 2. I'm nobody. Sacred Jade, you are somebody. Oh gosh. Okay. Seems like I might be making a... Hello, Paul. It seems like I might be making a Twitch account, but I'd watch on YouTube too. All right. Man, that's a whole different set of rules I gotta learn. Do what you're comfortable with, and we'll be there. And that means the world to me. More partial to YouTube, but I do have Twitch. I would rather watch here. Same problem as Discord, clogged with Pokemon stuff. Why not both? Solid. If my schedule allowed it, I'll also tune in on YouTube. So roll with that. Roll with what works best for you. Time zones, man. I know, but otherwise I would also watch on Twitch. Can't you do playthroughs on YouTube? I can, and I plan on doing it. The next stream, actually, I plan on playing through some stuff. If I can stream on Twitch, so can you. I know. Now I'll stay here. Lately, I've seen more streamers migrate from Twitch to YouTube. See, I've seen sort of the same thing. What are we gonna play? I haven't decided yet. It'll probably not be Final Fantasy related, if I'm being truthful, because whenever I make batches of videos, that's where I spend all my time playing Final Fantasy games. And I just like to play something else. Like earlier today, I was playing Joe and Mac for Super Nintendo. And so I like to mix it up a little bit and play different things. I don't even know if anybody knows what Joe and Mac is, but I love it. I think for me, my Twitch followers are much less than my YouTube subs, so it's easier to spot someone online. Oh, okay. Would you play other Square Enix games? Chrono Trigger, Sacred Jade. Yes, I would love to play. If they would ever bring Chrono Trigger to Switch, I would love that. Joe and Mac's awesome. I love Joe and Mac. It's such a cute but also difficult game. The wheel is the best weapon. The wheel is by far the best weapon, but I used to think that the fire was the worst weapon when I was growing up with it. I was like, the fire's just so slow and you can only do one at a time. But I don't know, I've kind of come around to the fire. I love that people know what Joe and Mac is. Fire is awesome for the plant. I've learned, Kane Highwind, you love the music from Chrono Trigger. I do! It's fantastic. Any consideration to try Octopath 2? I would love to try Octopath 2. I love the first one a lot. It's a little lengthy in some areas, but I would adore playing Octopath 2. I don't have it yet, but one day. Fire is awesome for the plant. So, Kane Highwind 82, I learned that right when the plant appears, you can roll past it and just hang out behind the plant, and you will never get hit. I do that every time I play it now. Not all the way through the first one yet. Pocky and Rocky, no. I'm not familiar with Pocky and Rocky. I've definitely heard the name, and I can sort of remember the box art. But I never had an opportunity to play it. I'm not all the way through the first one yet. The first Octopath, I remember going through, I forget whose story I did first. But I remember being completely blown away by just the way that the game looked, and the soundtrack I felt was really good. The battle system's really neat. Skies of Arcadia, if you've never played that. I played it once years ago. That's a great one. Okay, I'll write that down. Skies of Arcadia, which I love anyway. 2D, 3D art style is incredible. It really, really is. I fully agree with you, Rye. So I don't know. I've been sort of on a Joe and Matt kick lately, so that's just where I'm at. Xenoblade 3 and Crisis Core, Persona 5 Royal. Buried everything I was playing last year. I don't know much. It seems like I get so lost in playing through these games for videos that I really miss out on what's sort of happening. And then I've got to catch way back up and like what's out now and what's coming out and what could be coming out, what has been announced and what's been canceled and what release dates have been changed. I never know from one day to the next. Octopath Traveler started with Primrose. Oh yeah, and was shocked it was a very adult themed game. Yeah. I lost complete track of time. Yeah, Primrose's thing is, it's something. It's something. I don't want to say anything just in case anybody hasn't played it, but that's a game that will take you by surprise. What have you picked up recently for your game collection? That's a good story. I mean, that's a good story. That's a good question, Sacred Jade. Dude, you called the Pixel Remasters before anybody. That was a man. That was a gamble, doing that video where I thought it was going to come out. That was a gamble, and I almost thought I lost that gamble. Because right after that video came out, Square Enix took it off of the upcoming releases thing. And there were comments, you could go back through the video and read comments where they're like, dude, they already took it off. They already took it off. Like, you're wrong. And here we are. And then it ended up working out. Random question. How far away do you think we are from Square Enix having a go at Among Us style Final Fantasy game? I'm kind of surprised. In truth, I'm kind of surprised they haven't hopped on the Among Us trend yet. Because they sort of didn't Square also take over like the Tomb Raider series. So I'm just wondering what other things are gonna be a part of. If it would make them money, I'd say Dangerously Close. Yeah, for sure. FF7 Genova Infiltration in the Ancients and Among Us format. Whoa. Wow. What a... I don't even have anything to say. That's just whoa. But Sacred Jade, go back to your question. What have I picked up lately? I've sort of stopped. I've sort of stopped collecting. Because it's gotten really stupidly expensive. So... I don't know that I've picked up anything lately. Have I? I don't believe so. I got Super Monkey Ball recently for Switch. I think. Did I get it? Bam, 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 bam. I don't know what I've got and what I don't. I couldn't tell you. I have no clue. Is it Super Monkey? Hold on. Now I'm really confused. In that case, I'd say expect announcements this summer. Yeah. They'd hop on any... Need to get some Dreamcast games, just saying. I know. Thank you for buying me a Dreamcast on my birthday. But, oh yeah, crap, I totally forgot. I have to write it down because I forget things so easily. I got, so much going on all the time. Dreamcast ISOs, because they're a lot cheaper than finding other things. Oh boy. I recently got Scribble Knots. Fairly recently. But nothing of interest. Nothing of interest at all. Maybe I didn't get Super Monkey Ball. I didn't see it over there. Used to play TMT game. Oh, hold on. I've got you. Are you talking about this one? Because this is the one. This is the one. Since you already own them once, it's okay to have backup ISO. Yeah. Crazy Taxi? I love Crazy Taxi. Sonic Adventure 2, I think, was the good one. I've also got the second one, the arcade game, but I don't have Manhattan Project. I've not seen that in a long time. Yeah. I've got 2 copies. I might have actually 3 copies of it. I love them all. Sonic Adventure. Oh gosh, I'm behind. Did you get the compilations? No, I saw the compilations. I have not picked them up yet. I am a huge Turtles in Time fan, and I'm actually really mad at myself that I haven't gotten the compilation yet. Final Bar Line, Tactics Ogre Reborn, Tetris Effect. Summary recent. That's super. I haven't got the Final Bar Line yet. I said in last stream that I was going to play the demo, and I did not. Ghosts and Goblins on. I got that also. When we get a collection video of your, do a collection video. I seem to recall. I'll have to do another one, but I seem to recall making one but scrapping it. Love the storytelling in Tactics Ogre Reborn. I haven't checked it out yet. Collection tour videos are fun. Okay. I won't do it now, clearly, but sure. Yeah, I'll do one. Holy crap. Hang on. So I wasn't kidding. I actually have 3 of them. Do you have Adventures of Lolo? I do not have Adventures of Lolo. We had Ninja Gaiden and Platoon. I've got both of those. Thought they were the hardest game ever. Ninja Gaiden is very difficult, but I did beat it recently, a couple of years ago. I don't know, Chimera, why I have 3. I have 4 copies of Super Mario Brothers 1 and Duck Hunt. I don't know how I got 4 of them. But 4 on 6, Turtles in Time, yeah, it's fantastic. It's my favorite Turtles game so far, although I hear the new one's awesome. In many ways, yes, I do like the plot of Pharmacy Tactics over Tactics Ogre Reborn. I love Pharmacy Tactics. I haven't played Tactics Ogre yet. I would love to check it out, but I feel like that's another time sink that I don't have time for quite yet. Some things are in the works that I'm gonna have more time eventually. Do you have the Mario Brothers track and field? No, I don't have that one. No, I wish I did. Let's see. Pharmacy Tactics is hard to beat, I'd say, but it sounds, yeah. I love Pharmacy Tactics, and to go back to a question from earlier in stream, I don't think they should. Now that they've done the changes to put it on PSP, I think it should just kind of stay that way. It was really good. There's no rhyme or reason for the multiple copies he has. Yeah, there's not. There's not. I may have missed it, by the way, but how was the recording session? The recording session was awesome. For those of you who haven't seen it, this past weekend I was in Nashville making some sweet, tasty music. It went really, really well. And when the time is right, I can't say anything quite yet, but when the time is right, I'll talk more about that. Some really, really exciting stuff is about to happen. Unusual Depths says, what are your thoughts on the Zelda series? The Briscoe, what's up? I love the Zelda series. Oh no, where are they? They're on the very bottom. Oh man. Yeah. Yeah. I love the Zelda series a lot. And I got an inbox copy up there of Zelda 1. Zelda series. I've beaten Final Fantasy 1 on PS1. Don't know how I did it now, but I've done that. The Briscoe's here. That's cool. Multiple Mario wasn't crazy. Yeah. FF Tactics is too easy. Yeah. Agreed. About getting Orlando. The one fight in Final Fantasy 2 soft lock. My save as a kid will never forget. You've never played anything past A Link to the Past? Brother, you're missing out. There's some good games there. I see 2 Zeldas in the right corner. I've got so many things. Looking forward to the news on whatever project it may be. Dude, it's super exciting. It's not really related to the project itself, but more so a sort of byproduct of going to the recording sessions. Again, I'll talk about it in the future. Y'all making me work today. Ocarina of Time I thought was better than Link to the Past. Kane Highwind 82 coming in with the controversial opinions. I love them both. I love Breath of the Wild a lot. I'm gonna put these 2 back over here. But I do have a massive Link to the Past cartridge that had a t-shirt in it. I love it. Wind Waker's S tier. Wind Waker is amazing. It's a huge plastic thing that a shirt came in. You can open it. You can open it up, and there was a shirt in there at one time. That's for a big SNES. You're right. A big SNES I don't have. And it would be, I have a hard time playing it because there's no board. A big SNES that doesn't run on boards. Okay, this watch has to go. Making a lot of noise. That's a really cool box to sell a shirt in. Yeah, and it just has the box art for A Link to the Past on the shirt itself. No longer a working cart. Yeah, it doesn't work at all. I watched a buddy play the 64 Zelda games. Majora's Mask is good too. You gotta really like the graphic styling of Ocarina of Time to get into Majora's Mask though. Majora's Mask theoretically is a really cool game. But I don't know that it was I don't know that it's executed the best, but it's cool. It's neat. What else do I have? How about all sorts of stuff? Let's put this back over here. Okay. But yes, I love the Zelda series. I'm a big fan. I would love one of those for Final Fantasy 4. Oh my gosh. I would have to have a change of pants if they had a Final Fantasy 6 one like that. I know a lot of people whose favorite is Majora's Mask. I can't handle it. The time limit makes me too anxious. Me too. I was just saying that. Or that's what I was trying to allude to when I was talking earlier about it. It's just a lot. I don't know. You have some cool Mega Man stuff. I do have some cool Mega Man stuff. I don't know if I have any of it around. Oh gosh. This also has a shirt with it that I don't have around me currently. Napalm. Is it from Mega Man 1? I believe it is. Yeah, I'm a huge Mega Man fan also. Rockman. Huge fan. I'd love for 1 for 6 as well. 6 is my favorite Final Fantasy. Don't be confused by the name. Dude, Kane's awesome. Kane's one of my all-time favorite Final Fantasy characters. He's just sort of like an enigma, right? Like very downtrodden, and he's a very jealous person, but he's a very heroic person also. I don't know. It's just like an enigma. That just reminded me of Battle Network. Yes! Thank you for saying that, because I totally forgot the Battle Network remaster is coming along. We bought my daughter some shirts that came with some Marvel Pop. See, I love that stuff. I love that stuff. Was Mega Man 1 the one with the messed up dub? Mega Man 1 is the one with the really, really terrible box art. Like the hilariously bad box art. And the shirt that came with that, with the pop figure, it in Japanese it says Mega Man, and but in Japan it's not called Mega Man. So I was like, that's always thrown me off. It's like, why didn't it just say Rockman, which is what it's actually called? But in Japanese it's like Mega Man. And I was like, no, that's wrong. Oh boy, thoughts on Diablo. I don't want to say, I've not played a whole lot of Diablo. I know that Diablo 2 was massive, but I don't know enough to comment on it. But I've heard it's amazing. The cringe-faced man box art, yes, that's the one. Where he's like yellow and blue, and it makes no sense. I love Mega Man X also. Mega Man X is... Mega Man X is probably my favorite Mega Man game of all time. It's very rarely do I say a game is perfect, and that's one of them. Doesn't the box art look like something from Tron? Yes. It has a like grid background. Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection, April 14th. Fantastic. I will be getting it. Are you going to get the Resident Evil 4 remake? Yes, I am, because... Resident Evil 4 is one of my favorite Resident Evil games ever. That's the one that made me a huge fan. That's the one that had the camera behind the back for the first time, and I had it on GameCube, and the GameCube controller felt perfect for that game. And yeah, I'll absolutely be getting the remake. I've got all the remakes so far. I love them. Have you seen the Play Arts Kai Garland figure? I've not seen the... I'm going to look it up right now. I'd 100% watch a stream of Battle Network, where it looks like I'm going to have to stream a Battle Network then. Which I have zero problem with. I'll be really bad at it at first, just because it's been way too long. Put it on sale in June. Fantastic. RE4 was great. I also played it on GameCube. It felt like the GameCube controller was perfect for RE4. Play Kai Arts I spelled Glarland, but that's fine. Holy moly. Whoa. They got rid of the QuickTime events. Like the crowds are... Oh, yeah. I did hear something about some of it's changed. Dude, I don't know who has seen the Garland figure that... I can't even find it now. That the Briscoe was talking about. This thing is incredible. Let me find this. I don't know how well this is gonna come on, but look at that figure, man. It's like $200. And it has different hands and a huge weapon. Man, that's awesome. I would love to blow $200 on that thing. I absolutely would. One of the things I did with GameCube controller was change the movement to the C-button. Whoa! I had never even thought about doing that before. Good on you, because I never had that. Hold on. So then, did you not use this at all? Or did you just use this exclusively for like moving around? Just having like this main button right here with all the other buttons like orbiting around it, that's brilliant to me. And the buttons feel good on this controller. It does very much look like a really, really cool shelf piece. I love that. Whoa. I've got all sorts of little toys and stuff I've never talked about. I love it all. That was look around. That's a very clever way of doing it. I can't remember how I had it, but just whatever was like the, just whatever was the default way of doing it. That's how I just left it. And I felt like it was perfect. But that look around in the C button thing, or the C pad, that seems like a really cool way of doing it too. Perfect for Metroid Prime. Yeah, agreed. That's another series I don't really talk about, but I love the Metroid series. I love it very much. I like having strafe as an actual control. Oh yeah. I see how it could work out. Like I said, I just kept everything default. So I'm embarrassed to admit the game that got me to buy a GameCube back then was Animal Crossing. As it should be. The very first Animal Crossing is unmatched, except for the newest one, which I've yet to play. Truth be told. I have it, but I haven't played it. Metroid Prime was great, agreed. I was lucky to get the PlayArt's Warrior of Light figure years ago when they were still under $100. That's awesome. I guess I'll have to look that one up too at some point. All of those figures, and like the most recent one of Terra with like the Magitech armor that's like 10 grand or something. I don't know. Oh yes, Metroid Prime. Did everyone unlock the original Metroid using Metroid Fusion Sync? I did not. I didn't even know that was an option. I know very little. How much is that? I can't remember how much that Magitech armor figure is. Magitech armor figure. Of course, it doesn't give me a price. It just tells me what it is. I never got that far. It's around the time when I turned to the dark side. Shadow Madness? Shadow Madness. Shadow Madness. I don't think so. I had the feeling it was a Western attempt to copy Final Fantasy. Really? Okay. I'll have to look it up. Shadow Madness. I'm learning all sorts of things today. Let's see. If everyone here combined our resources, we can buy the the paper ad for the Terra figure. Yes. Metroid Fusion is so good. Super Metroid's hard to beat, for sure. Metroid Fusion, I don't know, it's up there. It's up there pretty good next to it. The Terra statue was the price of a car. It was. Oh, hold on. Shadow Madness is on Steam at the moment, so I might actually try to get into that. Shadow Madness, and it's actually cheap. Sometimes with RPGs, they're not. Wow. Did you ever play Eternal Darkness? Yes and no. I saw it played a lot. I know a little bit about it, but nothing too substantial to make any comment on. I got lost in where I'm at now. Wow, I'm really far away from anything. That would be interesting to hear your thoughts on it. Nopi, do you what my thoughts on I'm already really lost. Shadow Madness, I'll play through it and I'll tell you what I think. I think the Terra statue was 30 grand. You might be right. You might be right. Wait, it's on PC. I got it right here. Shadow Madness on Steam. Oh, I went back to the Magitech armor. But it's on Steam currently for $15. Oh, my phone hates everything at the moment. Anyway, it's there. Do you do a lot of gaming through Steam? Not really, but right now the Pixel remasters and some of the Ease games I play. Not You says, good luck with the trading card game. Hope you enjoy it. Fingers crossed for awesome pulls and pack openings. I really want to get into pack openings. I think that would be fantastic. but I don't know enough. I just started getting into it. A game with an insanity meter. Mindless Meat. What? Oh, Eternal Darkness? Yeah. Eternal Darkness is one of the best games ever made. Would kill for a remake. If they remade it, and even if they don't, I definitely want to go back and play it again. Amazing. I guess I'll revisit it sometime then. Yeah, it's like $15 on Steam right now. So I will have to check it out. Steam Deck has been a godsend for the JRPG backlog. I don't have one. It's one of the few things I don't have. And from what I've seen of the Steam Deck, it looks fantastic, and I would love to have one. I have way too many games on Steam. I don't know how many I have right offhand, but the computer in front of me right now is a Mac, and so that's what I edit everything on. It's just I'm a Mac-centric person right at the moment. What consoles do you have? Kane Highwind 82. All right. Consoles. Oh boy. So, very near me, I have a Switch that I play pretty regularly. Okay. The Switch is there. In the other room over here, where's my camera? In the other room over here is a PS4 and an Xbox. It's not my Xbox, it's Elizabeth's Xbox, but we play Stardew Valley on it. I think that's all in there. The PS4 and the Xbox, yes. That's all in there. Behind me... Okay. I think you can see... Let me get out of the way. If I move out of the way, you can see the Dreamcast is right there. No Virtual Boy, not yet. I'm telling you, a tour video would be so awesome and helpful. Yes, I agree. You didn't oopsed. There's just, I have a lot, and I don't know where they're all at the moment. Right below me here, I've got an old 360 with some decals. I don't know where everything's at the moment. Which is a terrible thing to say about your consoles, but it's true. Out in the car, in our vehicle, I have randomly just a PS1 that's out there. I've got a PS1, PS2, PS3, regular Nintendo. I have 2 Super Nintendos. Sega. I have 3 different Sega Genesises. Original Game Boys, Game Boy Colors, Game Boy Advances. I have a lot, and I've spent a way high amount of dollars buying those things instead of not. Man, I don't know. I've got a lot. I got a lot of stuff. I'll have to do a video run through of it. I've never owned an Xbox of any sort. I was against it when they first came out. I didn't have the original Xbox, but whenever BioShock came out for 360, I was a fanatic. DS and 2DS. I don't have a DS and 2DS anymore. I traded it for the whatever this thing is. I don't know what I own and what I don't. I traded the 2DS for the iPad that I use. I like to collect physical media. Just getting into JRPGs/RPGs on Switch. Is there any that you recommend? Commander Cone! Hey, glad I caught the live stream. Was wondering if you were able to play Final Fantasy VII Remake. I have, and I'll go into that in just a moment. Any JRPGs for Switch? For sure! First of all, get the Mana Collection. For the Secret of Mana, Final Fantasy Adventure, and Trials of Mana. Let's go through. Let's take a little walk through RPG Central. Oh boy. You can get several Final Fantasy games on it. I've got all the Final Fantasy physical copies. I'm trying to see if there's any that you can just download and shop that I really love. The first 3 Dragon Quest, that's neat. That Switch Online is awesome for JRPGs. Yes, it is. Hate to say it, but the Final Fantasy VII Remake wasn't for me. That breaks my heart. It wasn't for everybody, for sure. I have a lot of thoughts on the 7 Remake. Grandia series. Grandia. I too love... Grandia 2, I really loved. Grandia, however. I remember when Xbox came out and everyone thought it would be crap because of Windows. Yeah. Have you played Trials of... I've not played Trials of Mana. I would really love it. I always wanted to play it, but the only way you could play it when I was growing up was an emulator, and I'm not a fan. I would rather have something official than anything. I guess I'm one of those guys that's like, do right. Don't cheat the system, boy. To be fair, if it wasn't for Halo, the Xbox would have crashed. Yeah. Yeah. What was the other... Oh my gosh. Fable? Did that do well? I don't know. I love having mounts. You do love your Xbox a lot. Okay. RPGs that I recommend. Fable did well. I thought that it did. I really thought that it did, but I wasn't for sure how well it did. Trials of Mana is fun. Trials of Mana looks fantastic. I would love to eventually get around to it, but I'm still getting used to the online features of the Switch. Yes. There's a lot to get used to. Kind of. New Fable games in development. Really? I'm kind of eager to play it. But for Switch, some physical things. I have... Wow, there's just a lot of things on the screen. Stardew Valley. I'm a huge fan of Stardew Valley, and I recommend it to anybody. It's a very relaxing game. Of course, Octopath Traveler. I have 2 copies of this. If you haven't played it, it's worth checking out. For sure. I mean, if you don't have a Switch... I'm sorry, if you do have a Switch and don't have this game, what are you doing? Fantastic. And then, of course, good old Undertale. Those are some... I don't know, like, which one of these you can find physically. I just happened to accidentally find some of these. Those are some of my picks. It's very good. Need to get around to the demo for the sequel. What is it called? Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Deltarune? Is that what you're talking about? Try Xenoblade and I couldn't get into it. It's overwhelming. It is. And they're also very lengthy games too, so it doesn't help anything. You have 2 Switches and you don't have Xenoblade? Hey man, that's fine. Switch has RPG Maker player. Really? I have RPG Maker, whatever the newest one is. Triangle Strategy. I've not played Triangle Strategy, but I've heard it's awesome. I'm going to put these back. Oh no. That's what happens. Oh, and Animal Crossing. Of course Animal Crossing. Guilty, I don't have Xenoblades on Switch. Yeah. Octopath. Octopath is another really lengthy, overwhelming things. I'll have to look into those. Thank you for your recommendations. Yeah, man. You ever make an RPG Maker? Okay, nope, I'm laughing because I have another channel that I don't want to talk too much about. But on this other channel, I did, oh boy, I did a whole thing on RPG Maker games, and I ended it by saying that I've made 1 or 2 RPG Maker games, and I've actually got 2 in the works right now that I think could be all right. But I'm nervous because I don't know. I'm not a game writer. So nope. Yeah, I've made some RPG Maker games. Some better than others. And actually, I don't have it around me, but I've got a notebook that I was gonna work on another project, an RPG Maker project. But again, time is something I don't have. One of the best things about being with this guy is I'll never have to buy another console. No, that's a bad problem to have. Triangle Strategy is amazing gameplay, really good story. Not the biggest fan of the characters, but it's great. I've heard it's awesome. I don't know anything about it, but I've heard it's really good. Sacred Jade, you brought up Kimco. Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong thing. I have to go in here really quickly. Oh, of course, I'm looking for it, so now it disappears. I'm going through this thing again. Amazing. Didn't see that coming. Hope they're gonna see the light of day. Yeah, they might see the light of day. I don't know. Okay, Kimco. Yeah. So, as far as Kimco games, they have this RPG called Bonds of the Skies, and it's nothing groundbreaking. It's nothing huge, but you can 100% it in about 20 hours. Nothing much to it. So if you're looking for like getting into completing games, 100% completing them, look into it. Bonds of the Skies. It's all right. It's not terrible. Called Powered. It's like Pokemon with guns. That's neat. Also, I hereby semi-formally request to guest design one quest in guest character. Okay. Done. Sounds dangerous. Yeah, Pokemon with guns. Yeah, it sounds pretty dangerous, but super fun. Trailers look amazing. I'm gonna write that down. Powered. Bonds of the Skies. It's all right. It's nothing. It kind of reminds me of Mystic Quest in some ways, but I don't know. It kind of doesn't. Also, I did already get Dragon Quest 1, 2, 3. Yeah, dude. The Switch is quite the RPG machine at the moment. There's a lot of really good ones, and of course, any Final Fantasy game you get is gonna be really good. I can just imagine Eevee running around with a machine gun. I would pay good money to see Eevee running around with machine gun. You had to name drop Mystic Quest? Of course I did. I love Mystic Quest. I feel like I'm one of the few people that is just a huge advocate for Mystic Quest. I think... Kane, I don't know if you've seen my video on Mystic Quest, but... I don't know. I stick up for it. I feel like it's a cute little guy that wants to be, oh no, that dresses up in Final Fantasy armor but is just like a little child. I make some weird analogy with that, and I still have Mystic Quest complete in box. I do too. It's right up here somewhere. I played Mystic Quest and I keep... Oh no, I've broken it. My apologies. That's what I get for not having a stand for this thing. Yeah, I've got a few different ones in box, but I have a... what is it called when you buy a tripod? I have a tripod for this, but I broke it last week, or the week before. So now it's just like sitting very, very wobbly on a... It's on my iMac. It's weird looking. I'm a huge fan of Mystic Quest. I think more people should get into it. And give it an honest shot. It's a fun game. Don't fall. Super glue fixes all. It's about to fall again. Are you talking about, Elizabeth, are you talking about this thing here? Because that's a light stand. Played Mystic Quest Light, it's right behind you. I think that's what you're referring to. My tripod, I threw away the tripod today, actually. Mystic Quest was my second Final Fantasy, technically. Very cool. Super glue fixes. I don't want to glue my phone to the thing. I don't remember Mystic Quest that well. I only played it once, but I remember it wasn't horrible. It's not horrible. It's, I don't know. It's definitely, like I said in the video, it's very of its time. It's definitely made for younger kids of the 90s, and you can really tell. But I wanted to show off, just for a second, my Japanese inbox Pokemon games of green and blue. Final Fantasy 6 challenge: beat final boss with only Go-Go, no magic. I don't know if I want to take you up on that offer. I meant to check. Oh yeah, for some reason when you said super glue, I was like, let me super glue my phone to my iMac. That's stupid. I'm sorry. I've already thrown it away. I think I could probably get it, but get it out of there. Wow, got Crystal Chronicles on sale. I still haven't played it. Started Maximum and stopped. Yeah. I started going through World of Final Fantasy, but I didn't make it far enough to make any comment on it. But these, so inside, I should do this unboxing thing, but it has the manual. It's got like a fold-up map, and of course like the game itself, which is super cool. Can Go-Go use other things? Yeah, 4-on-6 kind of answered it, but any like tools and blitzes and whatever science thing is, Bushido, or what is it called in the original? Sword Tech. I like Crystal Chronicles. I too like Crystal Chronicles. I'm a huge fan of it. I really like how everything is animated in Crystal Chronicles. I think is really good. I see some Super Famicom FFs behind you. Did you start Japanese collection? No, I just that's the whole reason. That's the whole reason I started learning Japanese when I was back in college many years ago. Was because I wanted to play it without translation to see how it originally was. And I've just sort of amassed some over the years. I might start though, because they're way cheaper. I've got Final Fantasy 4, 5, and 6 for Super Famicom. Japanese packaging is the best. I love trying to collect certain titles. Yes, I love Japanese packaging. First time I ever played Crystal Chronicles, Japanese bootleg. I've got it for GameCube, and that was the first time I ever saw it. It was on Ye Old GameCube, many moons ago. And I actually had to take that. I bought a GameCube. I bought a GameCube specifically for Crystal Chronicles, and that GameCube ended up being broken. And the audio was like, we turned it on and we started playing, but the audio was like messed up super bad. I ended up returning that GameCube and getting a new one, and it was also messed up. But eventually I got the GameCube and it worked. Recently bought it on Switch. I don't have it for Switch. I've still got the original, which I don't know what that means, but it might be better or worse. I've heard that the Switch remake is quite good though. Quite good. Had it on GameCube, never finished it. I can't remember if I finished it or not. It was so long ago. Do you still speak Japanese? 4-on-6, that's a loaded question. Yes, kind of. That's why I bought a GameCube, was for Christmas. Yeah, same. It was the only reason, and that's, I feel like me getting a PS5 is just going to be for 16 until, it's just the whole reason I got a PS1 way back whenever it was first out was for Final Fantasy VII. And so the Final Fantasy series has always sort of led my buying patterns, I guess. 4-on-6, yes, I do speak it a little bit, but it's really, really bad now. Because it's been the better part of a decade since I've practiced it. But yeah, that would be a reason for me to. 16 looks fantastic. I'm really, really excited about it. And yes, that'll be the sole reason I get a PS5. I mean, why else would you? PS5 is awesome, and upgraded PS4. My brother has one, and I had the opportunity to play one, but I didn't, because I didn't feel like it was mine, so I shouldn't. Do you think 16 looks good? I'm so excited for 16. Commander, I'm insanely excited for 16. I think it looks wonderful. He's too modest. He's still pretty good at it. Babe, why you gotta out me like that? No, I'm not good at it still. I'm good at it still. I'm not. It's been a long time. I still remember certain phrases, but nothing major. What's your history with Kingdom Hearts? Notice a few posters. Yeah, my history with Kingdom Hearts. I love Kingdom Hearts. There's just that thing of, I played the first one when it came out and I loved it. And I'm always really hesitant to buy a sequel to anything. I'm always hesitant. So when Kingdom Hearts 2 came out, I rented it first, and I played it, and I was like, I don't know if I like this as much. And then by the time I finally got around to playing Kingdom Hearts 2, there was like 15 Kingdom Hearts games for like Game Boy Advance, and I was like, I'm really far behind. So I got really backed up. But I do have the PS4. What is it called? It has all of them. And then I bought 3. I love Kingdom Hearts. And this poster off to the side, it's like a soft felt wall scroll of some sort. It just came with I got the deluxe copy of Kingdom Hearts 3. And it came with that. Can't wait for 16. I can't read. Okay, yes. Was 2 the best one? I'm afraid to know. Pixel Remaster's coming for pre-order. Yes. I would really like... You can get... if you're talking about the Pixel Remasters, you can get them... Is it from Play Asia? Has them on sale right now? If you feel like jumping on that. Play Asia has... You can get pre-orders. And then there's another place, too, I read, that you can get the Pixel Remasters on a physical copy of them. I can't remember the other place, but I think Play Asia for sure. I need to jump on it, but I'm not. The spin-offs going to different consoles, handhelds, didn't do the series any favors. No. And that's why I'm glad I got the PS4 thing where it's all on one thing. I just haven't gone through it. You'll see a trend of me doing that a lot, where it's like I don't have time to get through everything I want to. Let's see. I don't like the triangle context buttons in the second one. Yeah, that threw me off. And there was something else that threw me off too, but I can't remember what it is. Not too worried about the physical. I'm really worried about the physical. As you can see, I love having physical copies of everything. I ordered Pixel Remastered from Play Asia. My order went from release date to Q2, so I'm guessing they're getting slammed. They probably are. I imagine they are. As soon as they make anything. Just like the Square site said that what was it, just a couple of hours after they announced it. Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep was great. Was it? I don't even, I have it, but I don't, there's so many of, what is it? Birth by Sleep and 365, whatever. And then there's Dreams, the card game. I don't know. I don't know any of the spin-offs. But, and Kane, maybe you can ask me this, but, or maybe you can answer me this. All of those super small, the smaller spin-offs, are they still like, we're going to eventually get to the meat of the story and figure out who's what? Like, do you have to play the smaller spin-offs, or can you bypass them? The 6-hour-long intro to Kingdom Hearts 2 is jarring for a lot of people as well. Yeah. Nope. Cool. I just realized how close you are to your first 1,000. Yes. Actually, I need to... Ryu, you made it! I'm super stoked you made it in. Ryu 993. Let's see how close we are now. I haven't checked in a bit. 994. Yeah, we're getting closer. Really hate the names of Kingdom Hearts games. Yeah, I don't know what they are. I like the GBA card game one. I never played it. I have it, but I've never played it. I thought the HD remakes for Kingdom Hearts reduced a lot of the side games to just cutscenes. Oh, is that what they did? I don't know. I haven't checked it out, so I don't know for sure. Magic looks so good in the Pixel remasters. All of it. The soundtrack is incredible. Every soundtrack is fantastic in the Pixel remasters. I love it all. Let's see. Give me one moment while I figure out. How was your flight a couple of weeks ago? Ryu, you know what I'm talking about. I would like to know how your flight went. Because I remember you were nervous about it. And you're here, so I imagine it went fine. I imagine it went all right, but Birth by Sleep is the only spin-off I played. Oh, okay, yeah. I haven't played any of them. I've got them all for like I said, the PS4 thing, but I don't know. I'm really out of the loop when it comes to that. Final Fantasy 3 Pixel Remaster boss theme is something incredible. All of them. I really love playing Final Fantasy 3 on the Pixel Remaster. It's fantastic. FF3 Pixel Remaster had a lot of good songs in it. The whole soundtrack to 3, it was... I really feel like not a lot of people are talking about it, and they should be, because that Final Fantasy 3 is one of the better soundtracks. It was good. I didn't like the flying part. Landing was my favorite. Landing's your favorite? I've heard landing and taking off are the worst parts. Now I'm getting conflicting information, so you'll have to tell me more, because I've never flown. Sounds like next week we're playing Kingdom Hearts. Maybe. I'll do an all-day stream. That's fine. Only 6 more subs. Dude, I know. And what a crazy world we live in right now. Let me see something really quickly. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, yeah. 6 more subs, man. Mindless Meat. I hope your day is fantastic. Enjoy your D&D time. And, I hope you win. What's the worst thing I can say? I don't know. I don't want to say anything terrible. Have a fantastic night. And I'm glad that you made it for you were here pretty much all of it. So that's super cool. Have a good evening. 994 subs. I hope you shoot many goals. Many touchdowns in your favor, sir. As far as watch time, we're very close. Monetization will be happening in the next week. I'll put it that way. And then I would really like to take the channel way more seriously and actually do it, like, legitimately. That'll be fun. Joseph says, I gotta take care of the baby. Have a good night. Happy anniversary. Man, I'm so glad you made it out. And as far as taking care of the baby, I hope you shoot many goals. Have a good night. And thanks for the happy anniversary. It's wild that I'm even here still. I never thought ever that I would get anything close to what I'm getting. So It's super cool. But I hope your night is even better. You have a child. That's something. Having children is a cool thing. So have fun with that, I suppose. I didn't like being up in the air. Hate heights. Oh, yeah. I hate height. I, too, hate heights. So the odd turbulence is freaking me out. When it came to landing, I didn't care how bad it was. I was just glad to be on the ground. Did you get off the plane and you were like, ooh, ground, I love you so much. Smooch the ground. Because that's how I would be. I don't like clouds. For me, though, I don't know. It's been explained to me in such a way where it's like, once you're up there, it's just sort of like riding in a car. But I suppose if you had turbulence, then that's not like riding in a car. I don't know much about flying, as I've never flown. But my brother said that it's very, just like a car ride. I've never flown. Elizabeth has flown. And I've not. And I find that... I don't know where we would fly to. I suppose we're going to New Mexico soon, so that would be cool. I don't want to fly there, though. I'd much rather drive it, just to see everything. This summer, Elizabeth and I are going to New Mexico. And I don't want to say when or where. But we're going to have a little vacation, because I've never had one in my entire life. Airport's giving bad anxiety. I've been in an airport to hop on a Greyhound, and that was enough for me. And I guess growing up in Chicago, I suppose you go to O'Hare and it's awful. So my perception of airports are not the greatest either, because O'Hare is just a nightmare all the time. Flying is boring. I mean, that's something, though. You know, at least you're bored and not, like, freaking out the whole time. I suppose if you do it enough, if you fly enough, then it becomes boring. But maybe I'm wrong. Again, I've never flown anywhere. Denver's scary. I love these live streams because I never go on, you know, I never plan anything in advance. But usually by the end of it, we're super heavily involved in some conversation. And then by the time I realize, like I'm looking now, I've been on for almost 2 hours. And that's, I don't know, that's crazy to me. On the way back home, I just put on a podcast, closed my eyes, and pretended to be in a car. So the flight back was better and I was less nervous. Well, that's good. I'm glad it went well. And I know that first flights can be super, super scary. But hey man, you made it. You're back. You're here. And that's something you can check that off of your things I've done in life. And you've checked something off of your list that I have not checked off yet. So that's super cool. Man, I'm always nervous about these live streams. I gotta be straight up and honest with you. You can ask Elizabeth. I get ultra nervous before these, to where I have to go outside and like pace around for a minute. And then like, okay, all right. And then I hit the go live button because I never know what to expect. Sacred J, do you collect the Final Fantasy soundtracks or you just listen to them on streaming? I wish I collected them. I really, really wish I did. But it wasn't a thing growing up to have them. And so in my mind, still, they either don't exist or they're really hard to get. And so for the most part, I just listen to them on Spotify. And that's kind of it. I would love to collect them, for sure. But when I bought Final Fantasy Anthology, I bought it used. And it was supposed to come with the soundtrack to 5 and 6, but it didn't. It wasn't in there. So I bought another copy of Anthology, and it was supposed to have the soundtrack in it, and it didn't. So I thought I was not destined to ever have the soundtracks, and that's okay. I do like the takeoff and landing, though. What about, because you and Ryu said that, too. What is it about the takeoff and the landing? Now, I get the landing part because you're going back on ground, but what is it about takeoff that really tickles your fancy? I guess I'll ask it that way. Kane Huion, me and my wife are doing our honeymoon in Jamaica in 2 months. Awesome. Whoa. You gotta let me know what Jamaica's like, because I know nothing. I know a little bit of Jamaican culture, but not anything substantial. Whenever you get back in 2 months, I'm gonna ask you how it went. You're gonna tell me all about Jamaica and all of their funny customs and weirdly green and gold things. Does that make any sense? I'm getting tired now. Is a problem. I don't want to say where specifically we're going in New Mexico, but it's places I've always wanted to go. Well, one of them. I don't know much about the other 2 places, but I'm super stoked. I will say one of them, because, again, I've always wanted to go, but it's Roswell. Like, I'm a huge UFO nut. And just to be able to even go to the place where the UFO crashed, like, that's super cool to me. The takeoff starts slow, then speeds up, like being on a ride. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. I don't know, I could get into that, I think. Like a theme park ride or something. I got some comments, hang on. I don't know what this reference is, but that's fine. I didn't mind the takeoff. It was kind of neat. Throws you back into the seat. I guess some people probably don't like the feeling you get as you're climbing. Oh. And my brother said something about, like, when his plane took off, like, he couldn't lean forward as they were taking off due to G's and whatever, gravity. G-forces? I don't know much about planes. The amount of times I've said I don't know much about insert thing here is astounding. I don't know much about anything. Yeah, Roswell. So, I don't know. That's one place I've always wanted to visit. Ask Me Atheist is here. How are you? Have you ever been on a plane? I've not. I would love to be on a plane. I'd love to fly somewhere. I would really love to visit England. For different reasons, but I love it. I bought the Pixel Remaster for the soundtrack. Dude, the soundtracks are great. All of them. The airship music in Final Fantasy VI, the Searching for Friends. I was really, really blown away by that. Do you have a passport? I don't. Truth be told. Yeah, Searching for Friends. The Final Fantasy VI version, the Pixel Remaster version of that song, it starts off kind of quiet and muted, and then it really, really builds up into this, like, almost like, you remember the original, check this out, and it's awesome. We could take one of those short flights somewhere. Yeah, just to kind of get me used to it. That'd be neat. I do not have a passport. I haven't, up to now, I haven't had a reason to have one. I know that I'll need one eventually, but I've got a state ID, if that counts for anything. What other soundtrack? There was, like I said before, the Final Fantasy III Pixel Remaster soundtrack is really good. Of course, the Final Fantasy IV soundtrack is really good. I think You're Not Alone is my favorite Uematsu track. You're Not Alone, I have to have a refresher on that. If I could type, that would be great. Oh, it's from the 9 soundtrack. I'm not going to remember things too well. I got a Taco Bell ad, and I really thought that was the music. Oh, yeah. Immediately, yes. Very, very good. Oh, I've got a video coming too that kind of dives into that soundtrack thing. Oh, I'm excited about that one. I totally forgot that I'm even making that video, but it's going to be super fun. I love UFO and cryptozoology. Yes, I'm super into it. From 9 when, yeah. Oh, do you say Zidane or Zidane in Final Fantasy 9? So when you visit England, are you guys going to take the Highwind, the Invincible Ragnarok? Blackjack? I don't know. I'm quite fond of the high wind situation. Being on an airplane is easy. You just have to be careful not to run into Doomgays. Well, if so, I just won't be at a level multiple of 3 or 5, whatever it is. My favorite part of Final Fantasy 9. Party went to Taco Bell to stop Kuja from removing items from the menu. Zidane. I've heard it pronounced 17 ways. The original, I have to look it up again in Japanese, but I believe the original is Zidane. I believe it is. I would definitely take High Wind. Ragnarok would be cool too, but maybe the Blackjack? I don't know. Let me, I don't even know. Jidon. Yeah. Oh, no, what? I don't believe that's right. Because they have something totally different. And I don't know necessarily that's right. And it's weird to me. Because they type it the way that it is in Japanese. It looks like this. I just typed in my own chat. Jitan. So I don't know how that's very strange to me. Sidone. Oh yeah. I don't know, just based off of the katakana, it's weird. But okay. Sure, we'll go with that. Sidane. I could see that if you're using the English spelling of it and thinking that it was kind of spelled exactly the same in Japanese, but it's not. And that's the weird part. It's very, very strange. And I actually thought it was something different. So I learned something today. That's nice. I learned lots of things today. I'm really excited. I think we'll be hitting 1,000 subs either by the end of the day today or tomorrow. We'll be hitting 1,000 subs. And I can't believe that I'm even here. How'd they do it in Dissidia? That's a good question. I do not know. Oh, well, I can't type, so that's not going to be very fun. I don't want to include the W. I just can't type right. I don't know. I'm going to have to look that up separately because I'm not 100% for sure. And I don't know. I feel like I would just be wasting time if I was like, let me watch this video real quick and I'll tell you. Versus like, let me just come back next week and I'll let you know. Oh, another thing is like, how in Final Fantasy X, how do you pronounce Tidus's name? I just told you how I pronounce it. Because it makes way more sense to say Titus. Given the nature of the game and the box art is very oceany and very blue and there's a lot of water. You would think Titus would fit better, but it's not. It's Tidus. Titus is in tide and water. Yeah, for sure. That's what everybody thought. That's what I thought for the longest time. I was like, it has to be Titus. It doesn't make sense for it to be anything else. But if you play Kingdom Hearts, it's like, hey, Tidus. And I'm like, that's not what it's supposed to be. It's very silly, and I don't understand it. And for the remaining 11 of you, do you pronounce it Eris with an S or with a TH? I'm asking some questions now. Oh no, my pencil. In German, it would be pronounced Titus anyway, so whatever question. Yeah. Oh, we're already getting mixed. Aerith, that's the original Japanese. Yes. With an S. Well, the original Japanese is pronounced with an S, but it's... but the way that they say TH sounds in Japanese is using an S sound here in the States. Or in English. Like whenever they say the, it's the. There's a lot of funny things. I don't know why they do it that way. But whenever, in Japanese, if you say any American or English words, it's using a Z in place of TH. Or sometimes an S. There's at first, was able to go to Aerith easier. Yes. I think Aerith with a TH makes more sense. Most Americans pronounce things thinking that it's all English, but it's not. Yeah. I was Cam Aerith, and I thought, wait a second, I don't say Sephiroth either, so why would I be going there? Yeah. Guilty of it myself. Well, I've actually got a thing coming up. I'm sure pronunciation will be a top. Yeah. Till the end of time, I could be like, how do you pronounce this? But Aerith and Sephiroth, actually, there's some evidence that suggests that they were supposed to be siblings in the original cut of 7. And so that makes a lot of sense. I'll have to talk about that one day, but there's some evidence that suggests early in game that those two were siblings. Whether that's 100% true or not. But. So how about Ketchi? Not Kate Sith. It's Ketchi. Both ancients, yeah, both ancients. TH. Yeah, Kate Sith is not how you pronounce it. In one of my quizzes, in my Final Fantasy VII quiz, I talk about that. It's not pronounced Kate Sith at all. It's based on a Scottish lore. Ketchi, it's based... I can't remember specifically what it is, but... Ketchi. Instead of Kate Sith. Ketchi is in Ketchi. I don't know necessarily if it's Ketchi. I guess so. I guess so. I never thought of it that way, but it looks as if maybe it is. Ketchi. Ketchi. I'm going to have to look that up too now. You got me all, like, second-guessing myself. Because I don't know if you could just go around Ketchi. Reeve. Is it not actually Reeve? I'm going to lose my mind if it's not actually Reeve. Oh, I see what you're saying. I got you. I got you. In game, if you glitch and pick her up early, it's spelled with a TH. That's very interesting. How would you pick her up early? I'm very curious. I don't know how you would pick her, because it's pretty early in the game that you get her. I like the story that Final Fantasy VII was originally going to be a New York murder mystery or something, and they scrapped it, put that in Parasite Eve. Yeah. I'd read that too. That some of Parasite, and some of, I think some of Chrono Trigger was going to be in the original Final Fantasy VII. Would have been really weird if a Final Fantasy entry was based in real world NYC. Agreed. But I also feel like it's really weird that 15 is sort of in... You got cars and... I don't know, it's strange to me. Game Shark or something. It would have to be Game Shark. I don't know how else you would be able to pick her up that early. But if she has text super early in game, then... I don't know, that kind of signifies that... I don't know, it means many things, but it means nothing at the same time. I'm confused. Chrono Trigger was supposed to be an FF game originally. I'd read that somewheres. I don't remember specifically, because I remember reading that Final Fantasy 7 was originally planned for Super Nintendo. I believe 7. And there's screenshots. There's like some mock-up art or something of it. I'll have to find it again. Xenogears was pitched as Final Fantasy 7. Interesting. There's a way to do it without it, but I don't know the ins and outs. Looking up errors early. Oh, dude, I have to look that up. Because I want to see it. I want to see the TH in the official thing. Wasn't the main character supposed to be Detective? It was supposed to be hot-blooded Detective Joe instead of Cloud. Not just Detective Joe, but hot-blooded Detective Joe. I think I'm gonna try and look it up for my next run then. Nope, if you do find anything, man, let's talk about it. It was planned for the N64. I knew that with the demo thing. Nintendo's refusal to use cartridges instead of discs. Yeah. Caused Square to move it to the PlayStation. I knew that, and I always wanted to play that little demo that came out. The Final Fantasy 64 demo. Super interesting. What? Oh, okay. Catchy as catchy? I take notes. Every stream I take notes. With the Nintendo 64 demo, wasn't it you had to do certain shapes with a mouse or something in order to cast magic spells? I was never really into the bikes and car stuff for the other series, but I might be a bit of a hypocrite because I think they work great in 14. Yeah. Put on the spot. There's a content creator who talked about it in his in-depth walkthrough. I can't remember specifically. I thought there was like, if you wanted to cast fire, you had to make like a star shape or something. That's Castlevania, isn't it? It could be Castlevania. I've never played the DS Castlevania. You draw shapes on the DS to finish off bosses. Possibly. I've never played any Castlevania for DS. Castlevania 4 is my favorite one. For the record. For what it's worth. For good old SNES. I love Castlevania 4. But that's interesting too, that Castlevania would have that in any capacity, drawing shapes. It's like, it's just uses a whip. Why would he need shapes, colors, and ABCs? Maybe. I don't know. So, okay, for those of you that are still here, next week I'll be playing something. There's 3D models of Terran Locke. Yes. And I think they look great. And Shadow, too. So I'm going to be playing something next week. What is it that you would like to see me playing? I might ignore it and just play my own thing anyway. But... in the original German localization of Final Fantasy VII, by the way, they forgot to translate lines here and there. Felt super weird. I gotta vote for Final Fantasy IX. Felt super weird when Marlene, of all characters, spoke in another language as if she learned it. Yeah, I imagine that was weird. I might be able to play some Final Fantasy IX. Play whatever you want to play. That's why we're here. Sacred Jade. Why you gotta be so nice? I don't feel... I don't know. This whole thing, me even doing this live stream, here's what's gonna happen. Whenever I end this live stream, I'm gonna hit the stop button, I'm gonna collect my thoughts for a minute, look over my notes, and then I'm going to have a massive anxiety attack that's just going to come out of nowhere because I I don't know how to put it other than, I was just talking to Elizabeth about this earlier today, but like, imposter syndrome is a very real thing. And so whenever I read things like that, it's like, they're not talking about me, but they are. You are. Why not play in your signature game, Final Fantasy VI? All right. I'll think about it. I really want to play the Resident Evil 2 remake again. I'll leave that as a possibility also. Oh, I don't know how much I can get away with the Resident Evil 2 remake with all the parts and fluids and weapons and destruction. I might not be able to play that. I guess other people are doing it too, but... Kingdom Hearts. Alright, let me write that down. I might play some Kingdom Hearts. I haven't fully decided yet. I may not play anything at all, and I may just do this again. I'm not sure. But I really want to play something. Starting in the future of like occasionally playing something, not every time, but just so I've got something else to go off of. So I think there's a somewhat... Just breathe. Oh, dude, it gets bad sometimes, man. What was I gonna say? There's a few new people in chat. Earlier I asked what social media platforms should I look into putting a Returners Hideout on. And Discord was a pretty big option, as well as a subreddit, and I believe that was it. And a Twitch thing. I don't know about Twitch, maybe. Whatever you're comfortable with the most. Sometimes we're in a completely different gaming mood. Yeah, I get that for sure. But if I were to start one, which I'm really thinking about it, I kind of might have a subreddit already, but I just haven't posted anything to it. I've posted a few things, but nothing major. I get panic attacks sometimes. It is scary. That'll be a whole other stream. I talk about like anxiety issues. I've had them for a very long time. Anything's fine with me. If I have to vote for one game, it's either 6, 9, maybe 10. So a Final Fantasy game, that seems to be the consensus. And Kingdom Hearts. I suppose it fits with the channel theme, and that's great. That's totally fine. But Ask Me Atheist, I could do an entire stream about just talking about anxiety issues and panic attacks and stuff, for sure. And I would like to do that at some point. So because I like transparency, and there's been. I don't know off the top of my head right now, but there's been videos I haven't put out because in the middle of it, I've had a full-blown meltdown, and yeah, I don't know, it's weird. Shadowrun? I don't know about Shadowrun. I'll write it down, but I doubt Shadowrun, but I'll look into it. I haven't played Shadowrun in forever, but okay. I deal with anxiety, depression, and imposter syndrome myself. Sacred Jade, it's not fun, man. It's not fun at all. And Shadowrun was awesome. Yeah. And like I said, like right before I start these streams, man, like I don't know, it gets real funny sometimes, and I don't know. My son is just starting getting anxiety. Oh, dude, I hate that. I'm so sorry. I don't wish anxiety or panic attacks on anybody. Like, I don't care how bad I hate somebody. I don't want anybody to go through it, because like it's a hot mess, and it's really difficult to deal with. It's hard to deal with. Yeah, it really is. And I know that there's lots of people out there that have issues with it. But like in the moment, you feel so isolated that you're like, I have to be the only human on Earth that is dealing with this, and you never are. You know, there's millions of people out there with the same thing. It'll probably get easier. I hope so. You know what's weird though? The very first stream I ever did, I wasn't nervous at all. But I think I was so busy, I just like rushed home and like hooked everything up and just went. But the last stream was my second stream ever. This is the third one I've ever done. And that last one, after I was done with it, I hit stop and I just started freaking out. And I'm like, why? I'm done with it now. It was very strange. And I don't know. Maybe I didn't eat last time and today I did. So I don't know. But anxiety and panic attacks we'll make a specific stream for that, because man, I could talk about it for hours. I get major anxiety as well. Usually I just lurk in most streams. There's only a few I feel comfortable chatting in. And this is one of them. Briscoe. Look at you going and just making my day with that. Man. That's incredibly nice. Thank you for that. Don't be afraid to get help if you need it. Yeah. I've seen off and on. I've went to professional places. And some of them have really helped, and some of them not so much. It kind of depends on who you end up going with, but I say therapy is good for anybody. I think if you need it, then like do it. I think everybody should have it anyway, just because like I don't know, life's stupid sometimes and really dumb. So I'm a huge advocate for like, go out and get it if you need it. Go out and get it if you think you don't need it. Man, I didn't want to go to like I was telling Elizabeth not long ago, like I want to do a stream that's all about anxiety and panic attacks and stuff. And I don't want that to be now because we're 2 hours into this one, but that'll have to be soon, because a lot of you have said, like, I'm gonna have to make a note, because like I didn't know that the majority of you would be like, yeah, I have issues with it too. But if I can connect with people on that level, if I can connect with you guys on that level, that would be great. Something unrelated to Final Fantasy series, but just like a little connection between folks. There's no normal, only levels of comfort that are wildly different for everyone. It's crazy too how, like, I might be able to handle doing something, but you can't, and then vice versa. That seems so wild to me. More people have issues with it than you might realize. I've noticed that more and more as I open up to different people about it. It seems like most people are like, oh yeah, I've got issues with it too. I'd love to hear more about it and learn more about it. Just just anxiety and stuff in general. That's why I really sympathize with you whenever you're talking about you're going on your flight. I was like, I know how I would be. And I can only imagine that you're feeling very similarly. I'll tell you what, I'm making notes. And I think every so often I'm going to do a live stream that's just like a mental health check for myself, for all of you guys. Just as a way to say, hey man, like this is a place to get it all out. To where like, you know, it's the start of a new week on Sundays and like we got this. You're doing a fantastic job. Don't say these things to me, Rye. We are proud of you and support you each step of the way. Man, that means a ton. Sometimes tough to enter an established community too, coming in to chat with everyone. That's very true. Yeah, I need to do something. Cause I wanna take down that barrier of like audience versus creator. I want to tear that down, because at the end of the day, we're all just people. So I think, yeah, I don't know how often I'll do it, but I definitely do want to do just like a mental health / anxiety awareness checkup thing with you guys and for myself. I need it, and other people may need it too. Where we don't have to talk about anything, we don't have to do anything. I don't know that I'll do it next week, because I really want to play something. But maybe the Sunday after that, I'll do something similar to it. I think that would be super neat. Because I don't know too many people that are doing live streams. It's like, well, how are you guys? Like, let's talk about this. That's super wholesome thing to have. I agree wholeheartedly, and I want that. I have a mild form of anxiety, but it's not as bad as my son. There are days my son doesn't even want to leave the house. Yes, and it's hard to see that and wish I could help him. He's only 7. Oh my gosh. The thing is, like, that feeling of not wanting to leave the house, I couldn't even leave the couch some days. There were just these occasional days where I didn't, like, even having the TV on was too much. And he's only 7 and going through that. Oh, dude. Oh, man. Wow. Like, that's huge. And the thing is, like, you just said that you wanted to help him more, but, like, he's not going to be able to articulate what he needs, and you're not going to be able to figure it out. And that's the part that sucks the most. And to have that into, like, your own child, please keep trying. And don't get too frustrated, even though it's easy to be frustrated. Like, he doesn't understand it either, I promise you. 4 on 6, just found this channel last night. Love the vibe of everything here. Thanks, man. Dude, 4 on 6, you've been here since, like, minute 1 of this stream, and that's impressive. And, okay, Kane said it's sometimes difficult to enter an established community. Is there any way that I could make it easier to sort of come into it? No, because people come into the stream at different points, so I can't, like, every time somebody new enters, I'm like, hey, welcome. By the way, let me do this 5-minute spiel on what we're doing. Maybe I can make it, like, maybe in the thumbnail or something, I can make something a bit more inviting. Like, it doesn't have to be financially related. Like, we're just talking about mental health here today. I really want to do that because I think it's super important. Like, even if I just do it for myself, I need that. This live stream has been enlightening, and I love it. I don't know. I really need to... I've got it in my notes, so I'll try to figure it out somehow. I'm not sure how, but I really need to do something. And like I said, next week I'll just be playing a game chosen from the list of games here. So the mental health thing won't be next week, but I do believe the week after that it will be needed. If not for you guys, then for me. Because sometimes you just go through it and it gets bad and you get real sad for no reason. Who'd have thought ever a Returners Hideout live stream would be like a therapy session? Or maybe doing the mental health thing a different day of the week, every week. But I think that may be too much. Throughout the week I'm very tight on time. This could be a group chat in Discord. Yeah, let me make a note. Let's just make it like once a month on here. You know, just one time out of the month where something unrelated to video games, and like even if video game conversation comes up, it's fine. You know, it's just whatever. It doesn't have to be anything official. I'm just a guy who makes videos. It's fine. It's nothing important. You know what is important though? Mental health. That's what's important. I'll figure it all out. I will figure it all out. And we'll all be there, and it'll be great. A wellness check. Yeah, just like once a month or something. Or maybe sooner. If I had more time, I would make it a separate stream on a different day of the week. Cause like, I don't know. Right now, like I need to go. Cause there's gonna be some Stardew Valley between my wife and I. Oh, you're doing it, engaging with everyone. I'm trying, man. Like I say, I'm just a guy. Who's just doing stuff, and the channel happens to be almost monetized. And I don't feel like, I don't feel like it's me, you know. And that's the weirdest thing, to me. Let's see. It makes them feel wanted and included. It'd be cool to hear stories about Final Fantasy help people through tough times. I've actually got a few of those comments in videos of how the Final Fantasy series. There's I won't say his name, but there's a fella that went through a house fire, and he lost everything, but he kept a copy of Final Fantasy VI, and it got him through it. And it's stories like that that's like, oh man, like it's so much more than just a game series. The emotional support here is very comforting. I agree. This is great. I'm in a great community to come and discuss games, mental health, anything else without judgment. Really happy I found this. You're the best. Thank you for that. It's a really great idea. I think so too. I just need to figure out a way to make it happen, like legitimately. Yeah, this needs to happen. That's super cool. Let me see. Fron 6, you're out of Peru. I have notes. Okay. It says I have 8 people, and I don't know. The Briscoe, do I have notes on you? I'm pretty sure I do. Maybe I don't. I'm gonna feel really bad if I don't. Okay. I didn't have a lot of friends in high school or middle school. My friends were Cecil, Terrazine, Chrono, Darth. Oh man, had a hard time making friends. I agree. I kind of. No, do not. What is happening? Go away. Go away. This is funky. I like my oatmeal lumpy. Stay there, please. I went through a very similar thing where I can remember specifically in 7th grade, I had one friend. Super positive community. I agree. I wholeheartedly agree with you. Getting rid of the tripod comes back to bite you. Yeah, I don't know, man. I just broke it. I was putting my phone on the tripod and it just snapped. Was it a Roswell alien? No. So my charger is one of them really rigid corded chargers, and anytime I move, even close to down here, it'll move the whole thing. But yes, it was a Roswell alien. Did it? I don't remember what I was saying before. Oh, Briscoe, if you would real quick tell me where you're from. I have everybody else. Well, not everybody else, but I have most people's. I don't know if I ever had a chance to ask you that before, but that's like the 4th time that's happened this stream. Yeah, I'll go to Walmart later and get something. Or just a better setup than this. That's right. I remember now. Vancouver. Nope, I just got a notification that you commented, and it's all in German, so that's nice. I'll have to translate it all later. Cool, yeah, for sure. I'm definitely gonna do the mental health thing. I'll figure out how often I should do it, all that stuff. If If it's going to be a separate day or, you know, just like once or twice a month, I'll figure all that out. I think it's, I would love to do that. I think through, I think through, it's not that YouTube wouldn't let me, it's just I have notifications turned on. Because like whenever you log into YouTube or anything really, there's so many things that are trying to get your attention in any given moment. And sometimes it's super overwhelming to even deal with that. And so there's not, I haven't seen, and maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think there's a lot of places that's like, you know what? Like this channel is very specifically about the Final Fantasy series, but we don't just have to talk about that. You know, it can be anything. And once a month, just be like, get in here. You know, we're you know, helping out each other mentally. That would be so awesome. I would love every second of that. But I'll tell you what, I'm going to end this one now, and I'm going to figure everything out. Next week I'll play something, and then the week after that we'll do some mental health checks, and I'll tell you my story of anxiety, and you can tell me yours, and dude, we can just talk for hours about mental health stuff. So come back next week, and I'll be playing something I haven't decided yet. And I love all of you. This is another fantastic stream, and I have to thank nobody but all of you to thank for it. So that's it, I guess. I don't really have anything else to add. If you guys have anything else to add, that'd be cool. But yeah, just thanks for another fantastic stream. I'm going to end this now. I love all of your faces, and do I have a video coming out soon? I don't know. You'll have to find out because I don't know.